Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to Daily Update, my 1000 day challenge. This is day 367, so let's get things started. Alright, so first and foremost, you'll notice the balance remained the same. I've not closed any trade in the past heading 2 to 3 days. You can see over here. So I'm actually in a couple of long trade setups. So I do see potential stop loss being triggered based on what I do see in terms of short-term wise. But that's fine. That's part and parcel of trading. You have your wins, you have your losses, and that's part and parcel of it. All right, so otherwise, in terms of market structure update itself, as today is Monday, the weekly structure of Bitcoin still remains on the neutral kind of territory, as you can see over here on the weekly chart. Basically, I did broke over these higher highs, so which is why now we are very much in a very clear neutral kind of territory setup, because we still have a lower low in that sense, but we don't form a higher low just yet. So this week, even if we do the retrace, preferably I wouldn't want a strong retracement, but if we have a weak retracement and consolidate above these 20 exponential moving average, that would be great. But of course, even if it does get rejected, as long as the volume isn't strong and we don't push back strongly down below, especially if it comes to retracement wise, what you can do is you can use the Fibonacci retracement. So in terms of the strength of the retracement, and what we want to see is basically we can take it from the low over here to the high over there itself. So generally, you wouldn't want it to go below the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, which also happened to be the concentration of a previous high over here. So as long as price doesn't close below 35.5K itself, I'll still be leaning towards the more bullish side of things. Of course, if price is just retraced until here with 0.236, then be extremely bullish. And if price retrace to 0.382, I'll still be bullish. If price remain above that, I'll still be bullish. But of course, if price go below 0.618, that's not to say I'll be bearish, but rather to say it depends also on the time spent in that region itself. So if buyers step up very quickly and eats up all the demand, it goes to show that then there's a very likelihood of a stronger bounce just as well. So it really depends on what people say is the price action itself that really matters. All right, so that's what I have. And on the forward, I did mention that this was a potential trade. And the reason why I didn't enter, like I mentioned, I already have a systematic trade, and I did see a bearish divergence in it. And yet, the only reason why I didn't short is without a clear top in place, it wouldn't be easy to so-called set a stop loss. So if you have no stop loss in mind, that would give you a very poor risk to reward setup. Sure, you may be right once, you may be right twice, but in terms of long-term wise, of longevity wise, it would not make much of a trading sense wise. So yes, I do see that as a potential top, like I mentioned yesterday, and retracement is definitely a healthy sign. And we do find support at the 50 simple moving average. It's also similarly a healthy sign just as well. So if we bounce up and close above that, that will definitely be a good healthy sign. And potentially we could consolidate over there, which would be an even healthier sign for potential push towards the upside itself. Because do bear in mind that this is definitely a strong key resistance, especially if you look in terms of the daily chart itself. Because right above there, we got this 200 simple moving average just above of it. So we do definitely need some sort of consolidation before we retest it, giving it a much more likelihood to break it rather than to get clear rejection towards the downside again. So yep, otherwise with that said, no change in terms of position setup. If you have entered the trade, I would suggest closing it if it prices close below 38.3K, simply because if it comes to trading wise, I'll close it. But when it comes to investment wise, then yeah, sure. If you buy over 40K, that's perfectly still a good price. If you buy over here at 39.5K, it's just less than even 5% kind of difference. So I'm definitely not going to panic in any way. So yeah, you can see even by the top right now, it's just a 7% drop. So it's not significant when it comes to crypto-wise kind of perspective. So yeah, with that said, I've come to the end of today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.